Good afternoon, everyone. This is Robert T. Green, the CEO of Pre-Post Game, also known as Players Rep, here to educate and empower and protect the athletes and their families' best interests alone. Thank you guys for taking the time out today to check in with me. And this podcast is about James Wiseman, Nick Bosa, etc. James Wiseman may have been the first, but he won't be the last. For those of you who don't know who James Wiseman was, he is an actual center, number 32 for the Memphis Tigers, who is now, as of yesterday, has now withdrawn from school, University of Memphis, and the NCAA to pursue his dreams and goals that he came into school with to become an NBA professional athlete. The story where James Wiseman was suspended, essentially for when in high school, Penny Hardaway, who is now the coach, provided funds to help his parents move from the state of Tennessee and Nashville over to Memphis. For that reason alone, the NCAA had suspended Mr. Wiseman for approximately 12 games after he played the first game that he was granted an injunction to stay, a restraining order, if you will, from the NCAA to actually play that first game. After that, Mr. Wiseman was suspended for 12 games and fined, again, in amateurism in the NCAA, approximately $11,000. So, $11,000 just cost the industry about $10 million. Trust the facts, not the process. Between tickets, advertising, bonus, marketing, commercials, etc., sponsorships, recruiting, in the Final Four. What just happened and what we just witnessed is that at the end of the day, when I say trust the facts, not the process, without Mr. Wiseman, a lot of those things that literally that the NCAA tried to basically charge him with or fine him with, he's now decided to take his talent somewhere. And I can assure you today that Mr. Wiseman has more than $11,000 in his bank account, as he did not yesterday when he was still a college student. Trust the facts, not the process. Sports is not a game. Sports is all business. Invest in yourself, not the industry. No pay, no play. So pay the players. So for those of you that continue to think that these athletes are going to sit back and let you be punitive or basically extort them or basically manipulate their future, going out there to basically do what's in your best interest versus theirs, you have another thing coming. If you guys don't remember, last year, Nick Bosa, who was drafted number 2 overall in the NFL draft, was also this year a Pro Bowler. And so one of the things that I like to talk about, or I'm going to actually work on, is actually for guys such as like a Trevor Lawrence or even a guy like a Tua. The fact of the matter is that all these things that continue to happen, these athletes need to understand and know their worth. When you let a coach or a university or a program basically help you jeopardize millions of dollars in future earnings based off of things that literally can be done 5, 10, 20, 50 years from now, for example, getting a education, if you will, but you can't play basketball, you can't play baseball, you can't play football, you can't fight forever. You have a certain time to actually work to get those things done, which your body cooperates. You have a certain amount of time to maximize your opportunity to generate revenue like any other job or profession in this country, in capitalism and free market, and only in the NCAA model where athletes are told that we're going to teach you something that doesn't actually put money in your pocket going forward, but at least you learned it. And at the end of the day, you're going to line our pockets with millions of dollars. Trust the facts, not the process. So again, for those who don't know, simplest fact is this. Once you, no different than James Wiseman, is a projected top 3, top 1 overall pick, similar to what Nick Bosa was, but prior to going into his junior year at Ohio State, who as a sophomore got injured and then basically sat out pretty much the entire junior year after that injury, only to be drafted number 2 overall. The NFL, the NBA, any major league sport is not basically drafting you for what you do that following year after your actual rating. Essentially, you have nothing to gain and everything to lose. Trust the facts, not the process. In this country, when it comes to lotto, when you hit the lotto, people are not allowed to, and it's illegal to actually put their actual name out there because people are going to basically aggressively try to extort them, try to bribe them, try to manipulate them, try to do all types of things to get them out of their money before they got it. But essentially, we have the same process through the NCAA. For everyone that knows, a guy like James Wiseman is going to be drafted years ago. The NCAA still want to turn around and try to exploit that so they can make millions of dollars off of his name, image, likeness, and overall play pertaining to that situation. So just like James Wiseman, it's like Nick Bosa, and maybe as soon as next year with Trevor Lawrence. Trevor Lawrence is projected a number 1, number 2 overall pick for next year's upcoming draft, despite what he does next year. So if Trevor Lawrence decided to go train, get prepared for the NFL draft right now, right after this bowl game, There's nothing would change the fact of him being drafted #1 overall next year without playing for Dabo Swinney and generating millions for the NCAA and the Clemson Tigers. My name is Robert T. Green, the CEO of Pre-Post Game, here to educate, empower, and protect the athletes and families' best interests alone. Know your worth. For more on us, check us out at prepostgame.com. And also check me out the Players Rep 1 on Twitter, the Players Rep 1 on Instagram. You guys will be blessed and invest in yourself, not the industry.